Alex had just turned 40. He celebrated with a cupcake, one candle, and the creeping suspicion that he had no idea what was going on. Wait, is this really halfway through life? How did I get here so fast? He looked back on his life and realized he hadn't always been focused, but neither had anyone else. It was a mix of effort, distractions, and figuring things out along the way. Society had given him a checklist: stable career, perfect little family, wrinkle-free face, and 8 hours of sleep a night. Alex chuckled, shaking his head. Sure, society. I'll get to all that as soon as I catch my breath and figure out where I left my to-do list. There was a time when turning 40 meant slowing down. Now, it's more like hitting a refresh button. Though yes, the joints do creak a little more than they used to. Just when Alex started to think midlife had nothing meaningful to offer, he began to notice things shifting in a better direction. He started noticing good things, like how he cared less about impressing the cool crowd and more about enjoying his hobbies. He even joined a salsa class. It was mostly toe tapping, but emotionally transformative. Psychologists said midlife is when emotional stability hits its peak. Alex realized he didn't freak out as much when things went wrong. He still panicked sometimes, but he handled it with a little more calm and a lot more confidence. That one long study, he skimmed it on TikTok, said people in their 40s actually get happier, especially when they stop investing energy in things that no longer grow, emotionally or otherwise. Alex's brain also had a glow up. He wasn't as fast with trivia night answers, but he could outdebate anyone on life hacks, laundry tricks, and how to politely escape awkward conversations. He realized 40 had perks. He wore shoes that felt like clouds. He said no without guilt. He stopped chasing approval and started chasing naps. Trends? Alex wasn't chasing them anymore. He proudly wore the same comfy hoodie 3 days in a row. His boundaries? Solid, clear, unapologetic. His energy? Used wisely on things and people that actually mattered. His friendships got deeper. He had long talks about real stuff, like dreams, regrets, and which oat milk brand was best. He was wiser, funnier. He felt a bit of stiffness now and then, but he was still full of energy and ready to roll. He laughed more, especially at himself. And he finally understood what people meant when they said, just be you. Sure, his back made the occasional noise in the morning, a gentle reminder to stretch more often. But he also had perspective. He knew when to speak, when to rest, and when to ghost a group chat. Alex had stories. He had scars. He had survived fashion fads that made no sense and hairstyles that now live on only in old photos and memes. And he was just getting started. He also started seeing success differently. It wasn't about how fast you get there, but that you keep going. And history had his back on that. He learned that many well-known people found their stride after 40. Vera Wong didn't start designing wedding dresses until she was 40. Samuel L. Jackson got his breakout role at 46. Julia Child published her first cookbook at 50. Even Colonel Sanders didn't start KFC until his 60s. Turns out it's never too late to try something new, or finally go all in on something you love. So now what? Alex looked at the open road ahead, cracked his knuckles, and smiled. Whatever I want, he said. But first, I'm taking a nap. Tips from Alex. Because he insists, moisturize. Even dry knees deserve attention. Stretch before sneezing. Don't argue with 20-somethings online. They have more free time. Vitamins are great, but bragging about them isn't. Say no often, especially to invitations that include running. Get a hobby. Alex makes tiny birdhouses. It's a whole thing. Text your real friends, the ones who love you even when you cancel plans last minute. Alex is doing 40 his way, and honestly, it's going great.